Browns back at it on a Monday after a win, but as it has so many other times, it's hard to really feel like a win. And part of that is a couple stories we're going to get to. We'll start with this first one. Odell Beckham apparently does not want to be in Cleveland. That was the report that came out from Jay Glazer, and of course there were indications of that even before that report came out. Mary Kay, you've written about it before that report came out. Things are not great on the Odell Beckham front right now.
Well, I think Odell really did want to be happy here. I think that he was excited about playing with Jarvis Landry, his best friend, and I think that he really got on board with the idea of trying to bring a championship to the Cleveland Browns. But it started to go south kind of quickly for him, and I think it became apparent very early on that he and Baker Mayfield, just didn't really have any chemistry, and it wasn't working out. And now it's to the point where, look, he left that game frustrated yesterday. It was pretty obvious. He was frustrated during the game, and once again, he walked out with 2 catches for the 3rd time this season. If anybody thinks that he's going to be happy under those conditions when the Browns don't have a winning record, well, that's just not Odell Beckham Jr.
Yeah, and Ellis, that's the other thing. The body language in the games that we see, there's clear frustration. There's times when he is open and the ball isn't coming his way. And, to be fair, there are times when the ball does come his way and he doesn't make plays. But clearly the frustration has been there as the numbers have not.
Yeah, I thought yesterday he was his most expressive on the field that he's been all year. He's talked about how he's made a concentrated effort to, not run into kicking nets this year and whatnot. But yesterday he really let it out in a few moments. So, again, this will continue to be something to watch. And unless they shut Odell Beckham Jr. down or get him the ball more, he's probably going to keep having a little more outrage on the field when passes that he's open deep, one-on-one coverage, and they're just not coming his way.
And of course, a big part of this is the sports hernia injury that we found out about on Sunday. We know that he's been dealing with an injury since training camp, and Baker Mayfield, after the game, kind of went after the Browns training staff a little bit. Now, he backtracked on Twitter shortly after those comments came out in that press conference, but Baker Mayfield did not hold back during the press conference, saying that maybe this was something that could have been taken care of in training camp, and Beckham could have missed, maybe a game or 2 at the beginning of the year.
Well, everyone's now trying to put the toothpaste back in that tube. Everyone knows that this was absolutely an egregious thing for him to say. You cannot criticize the medical staff, and we just got out of the locker room a little bit ago, and guys in there, including J.C. Tretter, are singing the high praises of the medical staff that helped him get on the field all last year with a high ankle sprain and did so again this week. I'm talking about Tretter himself, did so again this week when he suffered a knee injury. There are plenty of guys in that locker room that feel the exact same way. It's one of the best medical staffs in the NFL. We have great doctors here, obviously, in Cleveland. Cleveland is known for that. University Hospitals is amazing. And so I think that there's a strong concerted effort on everyone's part to rectify this situation. And Freddie Kitchens said that he has talked to Baker Mayfield about it. Again, you said Baker apologized for it. So everyone's trying to put this thing to bed.
That's sort of been the theme of the season, putting the toothpaste back in the tube for this football team. And, I talked to J.C. Tretter at the beginning of training camp about what it was like last season to get ready. And it was not an easy process for him to get ready for those games and not miss a snap, but they were able to do it. Ellis, is this a case of a guy maybe going too far, sticking up for his own player? When you heard that, what did you think?
I think this is just the tax Cleveland's going to pay when it comes to Baker Mayfield being their quarterback. He's a guy who shoots from the waist, whether it's after a game with Aaron Andrews addressing the Myles Garrett situation, and he says some of the right things, saying Myles is going to miss games and it was a knucklehead decision. Well, he shot from the waist again and misfired on this one, condemning the medical staff. So again, I just think it's the tax you pay with Baker Mayfield, and until he gets he learns from situations like this, and it's unclear if he will or not. This may happen again with the type of guy he is and how he carries himself in these situations.
And believe it or not, this team has somehow won 4 out of 5 football games. Even if it does not feel like it, 4 out of 5, they are in the playoff hunt, and they are getting ready for a trip to Arizona. We will cover all of that at cleveland.com/Browns, and that's where you can sign up for Football Insider. Ellis is texting now. I'm texting. Mary Kay is still texting, so you can hear from all of us. Click on that blue banner at the top of the page, along with Scott Patsko. Got to shout him out. It's at cleveland.com/Browns.